Charan Singh is there, no? Welcome back. The big story that's coming in from Mumbai, the crucial civic body polls to the country's richest civic bodies, is seeing the Shiv Sena emerging clearly as Mumbai's boss. They are now leading in 57 of the seats for which we have findings, almost half, roughly half the seats going to the Shiv Sena. The BJP coming second place, but the gap is widening. So it is advantage Shiv Sena at the moment. The MNS is leading in just 5, the Congress also into single figures, others in 8. But the real party which is dominating at the moment is the Shiv Sena, leading at the moment in roughly, exactly in fact, half the number of seats, 55 out of 110, for which we have trends. Advantage to the Shiv Sena at the moment. They've taken a strong early lead in these elections. The Congress down and out. Charan Singh Sapra of the Congress, your response to what you're seeing? The line has got disconnected, my producer says, but Nikhil Wagle, it appears that the Shiv Sena will now cross 100. And if they do, it's their best performance, possibly, if these trends hold, since 1996. For 20 years, even when Bal Thackeray was there, they would not have crossed 100. But this time they look like they'll cross 100.
If Shiv Sena crosses 95 to 100, it will be their best performance. Rajdeep, absolutely true. And credit goes to Uddhav Thackeray. The way he planned, the way he strategized, the way he took on BJP, and the way Aditya Thackeray planned advertising campaign. Entire credit goes to Uddhav Thackeray's leadership, and after assembly, he has shown that he can do it. The most important point is Shiv Sena's grassroots network is intact all over the city, and when time comes, they come out, their voters come out, they have committed voters. Now we see that their committed voters came out and voted for Shiv Sena. But one interesting point, Rajdeep, many secular persons who previously voted for Congress voted for Shiv Sena this time because they did not want BJP. That is a new point in this election. Many secular voters voted for Shiv Sena. I think this is totally unprecedented.
Very, very interesting what you are saying. Preferred the Shiv Sena to the BJP. Manish, if you can go and look in history for us, when was the last time Shiv Sena crossed 100? I don't think they've ever crossed 100 on their own.
No, they have not.
Not crossed 100 on their own.
Yeah,
their best performance, I think, was an alliance of 107 with the BJP.
Absolutely. And I think we all would agree, most of us would agree with what Nikhilji is saying. I think with Uddhav Thackeray, there were, the media was talking about a possible alliance between the BJP, but I think Uddhav Thackeray really played smart and knew very well that, especially after the assembly elections and the treatment he was receiving from the BJP, that he is going to strike on his own, and he had laid out a strategy very much earlier than what the BJP was thinking in that sense, and that is now showing in the results in many ways. I think that is, all credit goes to Uddhav Thackeray, no doubt.
Uddhav Thackeray emerging slowly as Mumbai's boss, it appears, but Devendra Fadnavis can also take comfort from the fact BJP leading at the moment in Pune, BJP leading in Nagpur, BJP leading in Nashik, and the BJP doing much better than it did last time in Mumbai, but clearly not as well as it might have hoped. It wanted to do even better in Mumbai. So compared to what the exit poll said, the BJP is doing a little worse and the Shiv Sena are doing a bit better than the exit poll. The BJP Mumbai Secretary Vivekanand Gupta spoke to India Today on the early trends. Listen in to what he had to say.
नहीं, हमको पूरा विश्वास है कि 80 के ऊपर हम सीट जीतेंगे, और रहा शिवसेना के साथ गठजोड़ का बात, तो युति उन्होंने तोड़ी थी, हमने नहीं तोड़ी थी, इसलिए जवाब उनको देना है।
तो लेकिन मान लीजिए अगर वो हाथ बढ़ाते हैं तो क्या आप लोग वापस हाथ जोड़ेंगे उसमें?
हमको तो पूरा विश्वास है कि शायद बहुमत हमको मिलेगा, इसीलिए हाथ जोड़ने का सवाल आता नहीं है ना, हाथ बढ़ाने का सवाल आता है। अगर आता भी है तो शिवसेना को तय करना है।
आप लोग इसमें कुछ आगे कोई कदम नहीं उठाएंगे, आपका कहना है?
हमने कहा ना कि युति उन्होंने तोड़ी है, हम तो कोलिशन धर्म निभा ही रहे थे, केंद्र में निभा रहे, अन्य राज्यों में भी निभा रहे, वो युति उन्होंने तोड़ी, इसलिए उसका निर्णय उनको लेना है, हाथ उनको बढ़ाना है।
तो अगर वो हाथ बढ़ाते हैं तो क्या आप उस हाथ में हाथ मिलाएंगे?
हाथ बढ़ाने दीजिए, तब देखा जाएगा।
Okay, so the BJP is saying the ball is in the Shiv Sena's court when it comes to an alliance at the moment. They did not break the alliance. The Shiv Sena broke the alliance. So it is for the Shiv Sena to decide whether they would like to take the BJP support after the elections. But clearly the Shiv Sena now may have all the cards in their hand, particularly if they cross 100. They may not even need the BJP. They may just take independence and even Raj Thakrae's support in a way to send out a firm message. So advantage to the BJP clearly, even if the BJP, advantage to the Shiv Sena clearly, they are the party at the moment which is in a position to come close to a majority, may fall just short, but as of now, they're actually over the halfway mark. 117 wards for which we have findings. The BJP is leading, the Shiv Sena is leading in 63. So just over the halfway mark, it is clearly advantage Shiv Sena at the moment. That's the big story that's coming in from Mumbai at the moment. I just want to understand, Javed, would any of this have any impact on what's happening in Uttar Pradesh? There is polling going on in the 4th round. There are 3 more rounds to go. If these results come out showing the Congress down and the BJP Shiv Sena, particularly the Shiv Sena doing well, would it have any impact at all given the large North Indian population in a city like Mumbai?
Look, if the BJP had won and won handsomely, perhaps it would
Good
have.
point.
But Shiv Sena, and Bombay is totally a different world compared to what is happening in UP. UP people will vote for on issues and for leaders closer to their heart than to what is happening there. Now, and since it's the Shiv Sena and not the BJP which is doing well there, I am not so sure if it will have any impact whatsoever on the state of play in Uttar Pradesh.
It won't have any impact on the, I'm just wondering whether the BJP is going to treat this as a victory or a defeat. Let's assume they win all the other major municipalities, make gains in Pune, make in Nashik, make in Nagpur, but lose out to the Shiv Sena in this battle. Can Devendra Fadnavis legitimately still claim that he has won this election?
Yeah, this is a very major victory and footprints where there were none, getting on to one major chunk of strength in Maharashtra institutionally. Look at their footprints. They are pan.
So it doesn't matter even if the Shiv Sena emerges as the #1 party of Mumbai, the BJP will still claim to a measure a victory.
Absolutely. Look at the footprint. Look at the spread of the victory. Look at the number of new entries they've made. Look at the fact that they've been able to get their opponents into a corner. I think those are very major things that are happening. And I do differ somewhat. There are signals of change that you can see. Maybe not a direct influence on Uttar Pradesh results, but telling you that a lot of migrant labor that happens to be Purvanchali on the train there, putting their faith in the party that you call the BJP. So in a sense, in the underclass, a new rising for the BJP, and I do think there is a message, even though we cannot say that this impacts that or that may be doing this. So we are not looking at closed boundaries of state elections. We are looking at a flux, and that flux is the urban now, and that is going to be very, very important. And we have to watch out for the space far more keenly than we have done
this
until now.
Purvanchali vote, 26% of Mumbai is North Indian, just UP and Bihar. Some say it's actually over 30%.
Yeah.
You cannot win the municipality of Mumbai without at least some section of this voting for you. The Congress is not getting this vote clearly. If you are down to just 6 or 7, now up to 13, I think, out of 125 up to 13, but less than the BJP, much less than the Shiv Sena. This vote is not coming to the Congress. That is the one warning signal in the context of Uttar Pradesh.
I think that's absolutely right, and that is where Congress needs to get its act together. That why is this? Ultimately, if people say that many analysts would point out that ultimately dynastic politics is becoming a big question mark at the center. But I think at the state also that has really been seen in a negative light. And if you see different cities,
then how has Uddhav Thackeray done well?
Sorry.
If dynastic
in Congress party, we're talking the Congress party, but obviously Shiv Sena, and again let's not forget that even Uddhav Thackeray was written off in after every BMC elections or during the as a run up to BMC elections. I've been reading obituaries about the party, but Uddhav Thackeray has consistently consolidated his position and really taken on the BJP in a big way, which Congress has not done. Congress is regularly and losing ground. I think that remains a big question mark on the future of the Congress party in Maharashtra.
So despite having a Purvanchali as their president, as their party president, in a Sanjay Nirupam, the Purvanchali vote, despite that, is going on the other side.
Because that Purvanchali happens to be a former Shiv Sainik, he is not able to shed the caste of what he's done in the past. So in a sense, Sanjay Nirupam's personality, the way he goes, I think that's a liability rather than an asset. So the Congress really needs to think what its new strategy is vis-a-vis the change that has happened in the demographic composition of Mumbai itself and of city elections in general. So who are their foot soldiers? They can't rely on the foot soldier being a former Shiv Sainik, coming in here and in a sense, the very vociferous type of position that Sanjay Nirupam has does not differentiate him from the Shiv Sainik even now.
Clearly, the Mumbai elections are heating up because the Shiv Sena now is leading in exactly half the number of seats. In fact, just over half, 132 seats for which we have trends, wards. The Shiv Sena now up in 67. So, if this trend continues, the Shiv Sena will be just around that halfway mark. Remarkable performance by the Shiv Sena if these numbers hold. Clearly, the collapse of the MNS and a section, dare I say, of even the BJP voters or fence-sitter voters of the Congress switching over to the Shiv Sena, working in the advantage of the Sena. It could well be that Sena becomes the big boss of Mumbai, but the BJP is also likely to double its tally compared to 2012 in Mumbai. They got 31 seats, I think, but in alliance, on their own, they may get over 60 at least, which is a big gain, and they are winning Nashik, leading in Nashik, leading in Pune, leading in Nagpur. So making impressive gains across Maharashtra. The Congress down and out. Those are the big trends we are getting you at the moment. Virender Gunawat joining me from outside Chief Minister Fadnavis's residence. Virender, how is the Chief Minister seeing this? Is he seeing this in positive terms, that this is a good show by the BJP, or is he worried that the Sena now won't even need him possibly in Mumbai? They can form a government in the civic body without the BJP's help, Virender.
That's true, Rajdeep. In fact, in the morning we spoke to few BJP leaders, in fact, close to Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. They said that let the complete number come, then we'll decide where to go, which direction would go. But definitely, Rajdeep, there's two important things: whether BJP was trying to make the government in the BMC, or whether it was the strategy was to show who is the big brother. Because even BJP should even celebrate for the numbers they are getting, because comparing to the last time. But let me show you the visuals here. The Varsha bungalow is there's no movement, no party leaders coming, no other leaders coming. Since morning we are seeing that no VIP vehicles have entered Varsha bungalow. That clearly shows that the people are still wait and watch policies they are implementing, and let the number come, let the final number come next 1 or 2 hours. Maybe the visuals, the picture would be quite different, where the number of party leaders would be coming to Chief Minister to decide the further strategy. But definitely, Rajdeep, the trends that is showing is that the Shiv Sena is leading at number of.
Let me go straight therefore to the Shiv Sena office. I want to stop you. I want to go straight to the Shiv Sena office. Gaurav Sawant will be joining me shortly live, because I'm told celebrations are already beginning at the Shiv Sena Bhavan. We'll also be joined by the Congress's Charan Singh Sapra. Remember, the Congress today has much to answer for. Mr. Sapra was among the younger generation of leaders of the Congress in Mumbai, and clearly at the moment the Congress is also struggling with trying to keep up with the tide which is flowing in favor of the Shiv Sena at the moment. As we are saying, this performance of the Shiv Sena could now be even better than its performance in previous municipal elections in Mumbai. This could be its best ever performance. Uddhav Thackeray could be one up on Bal Thackeray if these numbers hold. But the other story is Nashik, the BJP over the halfway mark. Thane, the Shiv Sena is well ahead, and no surprise there. This was the original bastion of the Shiv Sena. Anand Dige, its strongman at one time. Shehzad Poonawalla of the Congress is joining me. Shehzad, looks like the Congress is really in desperate straits at the moment. You all are being demolished across Maharashtra. Once your bastion.
Rajdeep, I can see the results. I believe Mr. Sapra is joining me from Mumbai, so he will analyze Mumbai. But as far as Pune is concerned, since that is my hometown, I would like to tell you that Pune has always had a Congress, it's always been a strong Congress hold. We had a deputy mayor, we had 28 seats there. And today we are decimated. In the Lok Sabha elections, the candidate from Pune lost by over 3 lakh votes. It was a historic loss. And now what has happened is, unfortunately, there was a fertile ground for Congress to actually do very well in this election. And I could sense it on the ground. but the ticket distribution was done by one or two individuals who are not even from Pune, who are from outside Pune.
Javed,
And,
one minute,
because
one minute.
of money power.
Shahzad,
I'm-
you said it was
No,
fertile
let
ground.
him finish. Let him finish. He's being honest and admitting. First, finish what you're saying. You're admitting that money power rule decided the Congress's candidates. Am I correct?
I am talking about one or two individuals who
Yes.
are not from Pune, who don't allow others to have any say in the organization or in the party affairs, and they have thought that just because they are married into money and other things, they can rule the roost. And they made an alliance with NCP. Frankly, NCP seems to be benefiting more from this alliance in Pune. It was a very unusual alliance.
Who are the people who
Of the
brought down the
60
Congress? Name them. And what was Rahul Gandhi then doing? Why didn't you tell all this to
I'm
Rahul
sorry?
Gandhi instead of telling me in a TV studio? You should have gone to Rahul Gandhi and told him money power is destroying the Congress. The Congress is
I
tying
will-
up with NCP.
I will definitely tell my party leadership about what has happened in Pune. I have given for warnings before also, and I will apprise my party leadership. But I will tell you one thing very honestly, that Pune, there was a huge fertile ground for Congress. Mr. Rahul Gandhi's leadership, Mr. Ashok Chavan's leadership was being widely accepted. We have done a self-goal, and those people who are responsible for the ticket distribution in Pune and those who thought that they can come from outside after losing 2014 election also, no learning curves were taken.
Okay.
And I think that is being played out in Pune. And mind you, Rajdeep, from having a deputy mayor, today we are not even crossing 5 seats till now. I am very, very disappointed.
Shehzad,
by
this
the
is
way
now
Pune
Pune
has,
politics
handled
playing
it.
out on a national studio.
Shahzad,
Yes,
can-
Javed has a question.
Shahzad,
Yes.
you owe it to yourself and to everybody else. Name those people who took money, who's responsible for
No.
for
I'm not saying
faulty distribution of
saying anybody-
tickets.
Javed bhai, I'm not saying anybody took money or anything. I'm just saying that
But you said
there
that.
is certain.
You just said that,
Can I
Shahzad.
speak? Can I speak?
Yeah, please.
I am not saying anybody took money. That kind of loose allegations is not. I don't make such allegations. I am only saying that certain people think that money power alone can win elections.
So who are
There
those
these
certain
one or
people?
two people.
Acha, so who are those
Yes.
people?
See, I will take the names and I will say this before my party organization. You should, you have reporters everywhere. You have your own research. You should find out who are these people. But I can tell you one thing, that people of Pune were ready for accepting good, honest Congress people, and they had a liking for Mr. Rahul Gandhi. They had a liking for Mr. Ashok Chavan. Make no mistake, Pune people have always voted Congress. Maharashtra has been a pro-Congress state. Rajdeep knows it. He also has a Pune connection. The sentiment of Pune is mostly pro-Congress. But this defeat is a defeat of those who think money
Yes.
power can win everything.
Okay, you're making money power has defeated the Congress. My God, that's
No,
what
no,
the
no, no. That's
no.
not my statement.
Now let's leave it there. I'll come back to you.
That is
Suresh
not my
Kalmadi.
statement, sir.
Suresh Kalmadi was
My
once your
statement
Don
is-
of
my
Pune.
statement is
No.
that some people in Pune thought that. Please don't make it a Congress statement.
Sir, they
I'm
are
saying some
congressmen. At
people
the end of the
distributed
day,
tickets in- they are-
sir, these are congressmen now. That you are accepting that some people in the Congress used money power to give tickets wrongly. Now, who those people were, we can question. But remember, Suresh Kalmadi was once your Don of Pune. He's now also been marginalized by
He's
the
no
same.
he's no longer a stakeholder in Pune.
I know, that's what I said. He's been marginalized
He's
now.
no
He
longer
was,
stakeholder.
many believed he and Sharad Pawar brought money power into politics in
I
Pune. So
tell you, Rajdeep,
we can discuss this on a, who's responsible for money power in politics in Maharashtra on another day. But let me go to the winner. Gaurav Sawant is as usual with the winner, Gaurav. You are at the Shiv Sena Bhavan. You have decided that you knew this morning that Shiv Sena would do better than the BJP. So rather than go to the BJP office, you have gone to the Shiv Sena office. Well done. You are with the right horse. Tell us what's happening around you.
Tremendous excitement in the air here, crackers already going off, and you can look at these young Shiv Sainiks all around. Rajdeep, they are super excited already. The saffron flag that we so speak of, the Bhagwa Jhanda is right here. The Shiv Sainiks in the middle of the road, also of course blocking traffic. लेकिन क्या अपने बल पर ही शिव सेना बना लेंगे?
अपना बल पर सत्ता भी अपना बन जाएगा, मेयर भी अपने हो जाएगा मुंबई में
अपना, लेकिन आपको सुबह मालूम था क्योंकि अभी तो आपने रुझान आने से पहले ही क्रैकर्स फोड़ना शुरू कर दिया, पटाखे।
आपको पहले से पता था मुंबई में और टाना में शिवसेना की सत्ता है, मेयर भी अपने बनेगा, भगवा पड़ेगा।
So a lot of saffron we see in and around here, Rajdeep. Of course, Anil Desai, when I spoke to him, Shiv Sena MP, just a short while back, he insisted that they're forming, their mayor. They will not need any support from the BJP. There is no question of seeking support from Maharashtra, Navnirman Sena, Congress or anyone else. He was very clear. It is Shiv Sena on its own steam that will return to the BMC, and he's pretty confident even now, Rajdeep.
Well, that's very interesting that you're saying that. The numbers are getting more and more fascinating because 144 seats for which we have leads at the moment. BJP leading in 40, Shiv Sena exactly in half, 72, Congress 16, MNS 8, others 8. Now, think of the delicious prospect of the Shiv Sena and MNS tying up. Together they would have 80 and can form a government. So Raj and Uddhav Thackeray can come together even as the Shiv Sena appears to drift away from the BJP. Maybe we are seeing a new reunion, a new realignment, possibly in Mumbai politics. Who knows? That could well happen if these numbers hold. Remember, these are trends, and trends can change in a corporation election because the numbers can be 500, 600 votes, the difference between winning and losing. But today is a day when the Shiv Sena is screaming Jai Maharashtra, because at the moment it is the Shiv Senics who have taken to the streets of Mumbai.